And Kathy Hawk brings him out for tonight's first race. Here's a look at the field. The one is Fatal Kisses, owned by Steve Christ with Mike Wilder. Number 2 is Why Not Molly, owned by George Kincaid with David Rapine. Number 3 is Copper and Tin, owned by William Aldrich Jr. with Brad Hanners. The 4 is Carrie Marie, owned by Constance Messler with Jim Daly. Number 5 is Tucson Bridget, owned by Frenchie Fuller with Kevin Sizer. The 6 is Tucson Princess, owned by Stevens and Nacero with Randy Tharps. The 7 is Shocking Sarah, owned by Rogers, Batchy, and Gilmore with Rick Heitman. Number 8 is After the Cowboy, owned by Washburn Rowe, Novak, and Parcell with Dave Hawk. Number 9 is John Sturba's My Key West and Darren Mauser. And off the second tier, the 10 SS Eleanor, owned by Russell and Jacqueline Beeman with Roger Cullifer. That's your field for tonight's first race, and post time is in 7 minutes. Pacers at him behind the gate, and there they go. They're off and pacing. Fatal Kisses is out fast on the inside with Tucson Bridget from the center. Copper and Tin up close between horses third. Why Not Molly is fourth After the Cowboy. Driving up on the outside fifth. SS Eleanor is 6 by 2. Then it's Carrie Marie followed by Tucson Princess. 2 more lengths back to Shocking Sarah, and My Key West brings up the tail end as they move to the top of the stretch for the first time. From the inside, it's Tucson Bridget joined on the outside by Copper and Tin and Brad Hanners. They want the top, and Copper and Tin clears off past the opening quarter in 27 1/5. Passing the stands for the first time, Copper and Tin takes over. It's Copper and Tin looking for 2 in a row, has the lead now by 2 lengths. Tucson Bridget is second, Fatal Kisses third, 2 back, Why Not Molly fourth, SS Eleanor followed by Carrie Marie. After the Cowboy, Tucson Princess is off the cones, followed by Shocking Sarah and My Key West. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, it's Copper and Tin showing the way. Copper and Tin has it a length and a half. Tucson Bridget is second, Fatal Kisses third, Why Not Molly fourth. Now Carrie Marie gives cover to Tucson Princess through a half in 56 3. Heading up the backside, it's Copper and Tin still on top. Copper and Tin, an uncontested lead. Tucson Bridget in the pocket second. Outside, Carrie Marie continues to inch up from third with 3/8 remaining. Fatal Kisses along the inside is fourth. Second over Tucson Princess is gapping the cover fifth, followed by Why Not Molly. Shocking Sarah with about 7 lengths to make up. SS Eleanor, My Key West, and trailing the field is After the Cowboy. They're at the 3/4. It's Copper and Tin there in 126 2. Copper and Tin 3 parts of a length, taking pressure from Carrie Marie in second. Tucson Bridget a snug third in the pocket. Fatal Kisses. Tucson Princess doesn't have it. 3 wide. Here comes My Key West from the back of the pack with 7 to make up as they make their way into the stretch. And Hanners goes to work on Copper and Tin. It's Copper and Tin on top. Here comes Tucson Bridget driving up the inside. Carrie Marie the outside. It's going to be between Copper and Tin and Tucson Bridget. Tucson Bridget. Copper and Tin second with Carrie Marie third. $5-3 exact at $22 even. The try 5-3-4 159.60. Tucson Bridget gets up the inside for the win. Fourth of the season for the 6-year-old daughter of Tucson Hanover from Bridget Bardal by Oil Burner, owned by Frenchie Fuller of Ostrander, Ohio. Mike Conklin, the trainer. Kevin Sizer in the bike. 156 3, just missing a lifetime mark for the winner. Rundown for the first race, Fatal Kisses fourth, Why Not Molly seventh, Copper and Tin second, Carrie Marie was third, Tucson Bridget the winner, Tucson Princess ninth, Shocking Sarah 10th, After the Cowboy 8th, My Key West was 6th, and SS Eleanor was 5th. Rundown from the top is 4-7-2, 3-1-9, 10-8-6-5. One claim made, the 9 My Key West, taken for $6,250 by Steve Christ of Hilliard, Ohio. Fillies and Mares on parade for the second race. Here's the 1 TL Scooter owned by Burkhold and Baldwin. Chip Noble the driver. Number 2 is Giggle Machine owned by Stambaugh, Lehman and Arledge, Del S. Miller. Number 3 is Beep Beep Zip Tang owned by Nina Sands with Jack Daly. The 4 is Glowing Siren owned by Jan and Charles McPherson with David Myers. Number 5 is J.K. Strolin owned by Calvin Lamb with Joe Pavia Jr. Number 6 is Truly Test, owned by Richard Brake with Darren Mauser. 7 is Campus Trick, owned by Richard Putman with Brad Hanners. The 8 is Money Shark, owned by Jeffrey Snyder and Brian Pinsky with Eric Ledford. The 9, Rashima, is owned by Charles Park with Mark Winters. And number 10 is No Nonsense, owned by National Trail Investments Company Incorporated with Kyle Ader in the bike. That's your field for the second race. Starting gate is rolling for tonight's second race. It's post time. Fillies and mares straighten away in the backstretch. Favorite is the 1, TL Scooter. There they go. They're often pacing. Beep Beep Zip Tang is out fast for the lead, along with TL Scooter. JK Strolling from alongside is third. Truly Test 3 deep in fourth. Then it's No Nonsense coming through at the cones fifth. Outside is Money Shark from 6, followed by Giggle Machine. And then it's Glowing Siren, gap of 2 to Campus Trick. And Rashima brings up the tail end. As they move to the top of the stretch for the first time, it's Beep Beep Zip Tang who's got the lead. Beep Beep Zip Tang 3 parts of a length. JK Stroll on the outside with TL Scooter in the pocket. Quarter up in 27 4/5. Passing the stands for the first time, it's Jack Daly and Beep Beep Zip Tang on top a length and a half. TL Scooter is second. JK Strolling desperately looking for a pocket there and can't find one, has to go on with it. No Nonsense is third back at the inside. Truly Tess outside is Money Shark getting underway. Giggle Machine, Glowing Siren with Campus Trick and Rashima. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, showing the way, it's Beep Beep Zip Tang. Beep Beep Zip Tang tries to take him all the way. The favorite TL Scooter is in the pocket second, with JK Stroll in a hung third and 58 1. Heading up the backside, Beep Beep Zip Tang has it by a length. JK Strolling with a second win on the outside. TL Scooter along the inside, just gapping a bit in third. Second over trip for Money Shark fourth. No Nonsense to the inside fifth. Glowing Siren alongside is 6, followed by Truly Test, Campus Trick, Giggle Machine, gap of 3 to Mashima. They're on their way to 3/4. No big challenges yet for Beep Beep Zip Tang. Beep Beep Zip Tang by 2. TL Scooter comes through at the inside. 127 2 as they make their way to the top of the stretch. It's Beep Beep Zip Tang starting to get some urging because here comes TL Scooter out for the stretch drive second. No Nonsense is third, 2.5 back to Truly Test as they make their way into the stretch. It's Beep Beep Zip Tang under urging. Here's TL Scooter between horses. No Nonsense is pacing strong way out wide, and No Nonsense goes right out by. Beep Beep Zip Tang second, TL Scooter a flat third. Price is up 10-3 exact at 201.60. The try 10-3-1, 620.60, and the daily double 5-10, 268.60. Big win for the 10 No Nonsense. Smashes her former lifetime mark with this win in 156. 3-year-old daughter of Jate Lobel from Annie Crombie by Abercrombie, owned by National Trail Investments Incorporated of Ocala, Florida. Dan Ader trains, Kyle Ader in the bike for No Nonsense's win here. Pacers around the track. 1 Fresh Flowers owned by Charles Zune with Dave Hawk. 2 Infinite is owned by Summerlin Racing Stable and Sandra Nance with Eric Ledford. 3 is Free Dream, owned by Jerry Kuchback Jr. with Jerry Kuchback Jr. in the bike. 4 is She's a Pretty Girl, owned by William and Barbara Paul with Kevin Sizer. The 5 horse is T.E. Slasher, owned by Thuriel Harry Jr. with Randy Tharps. Number 6 is Love That Tan, owned by S&R Crow Corporation with Elliot Deaton. Number 7 is Aramis Scooter, owned by Anderson, Adair, Mogan, and Jones, Scott Mogan. The 8 is Sophisticated, owned by Burnett and Noble, Chip Noble drives. From the outside is the 9 Caviar Kids, owned by Judith and Clarence Chaffee Jr. with Del S. Miller. And the 10 is King's Jewel, owned by Barbara King with Bob Harper in the sulky. That's your field with 7 minutes until post. Starting gate is rolling. Another full field of fillies and mares. Favorite is the 2 Infinite. In the backstretch, there they go. They're off and pacing. Free Dream is out fast for the lead, along with She's a Pretty Girl. From the inside is Fresh Flowers. As they race around the far turn the first time, it's She's a Pretty Girl who grabs command. Fresh Flowers second by 2. Infinite, bit of a tardy start there, is back racing in third. 2.5 Free Dream is fourth. 2 more to T.E. Slasher, followed by Love That Tan. Sophisticated is taken back, looking for a seat. Our Miss Scooter comes through at the inside, and 2.5 back to Caviar Kid. Way back out of it is King's Jewel as they pass the opening quarter in 28 4/5. Passing the stands for the first time, it's She's a Pretty Girl and Kevin Sizer. They're on top, but now they're being joined on the outside by Infinite. And Infinite and Eric Ledford, they take the 2-5 favorite to the top and open up 2.5 under the wire with 5/8 to go. She's a Pretty Girl second, followed by Fresh Flowers third. 2.5 Free Dream is fourth, followed by T.E. Slasher, Love That Tan, Our Miss Scooter, Sophisticated, Caviar Kit, and King's Jewel is way behind. Fairly spread out up top as they round the turn, past the half-mile pole in 58 2, and Infinite has a lead. It's Infinite on an open 2.5 length lead. She's a Pretty Girl is second. 2.5 Fresh Flowers is third. Free Dream is fourth. On the outside, Love That Tan getting into gear fifth, still with 7 lengths to make up. 2 back to T.E. Slasher, 2.5 to Our Miss Scooter. Sophisticated gets underway. Gap of 3 back to Caviar Kid, and way back, still losing contact with the field, is King's Jewel as they set sail into the far turn, and showing the way, it's Infinite. Infinite still on top by 2. She's a Pretty Girl with Fresh Flowers angling the outside third, 3/4 in 1:27 2. Moving to the top of the stretch, it's Infinite. Infinite has the lead. She's a Pretty Girl off the cones for the stretch drive. Fresh Flowers is way out wide. Trying to come up the inside is Free Dream as they pace through the stretch. It's Infinite on the inside. Strong challenge from She's a Pretty Girl on the outside. Infinite, She's a Pretty Girl trying to wear her down, but Infinite has enough left. Infinite, She's a Pretty Girl, Fresh Flowers, and the 3 Free Dream 4. The Chicago Shipper makes her way back to the winner's circle here at Scioto Downs. Third win of the season for Infinite. 5-year-old daughter of Ideal Society from World Vision by On the Road Again, owned by Summerlin Racing Stable and Sandra Nance of Nevada and Illinois. Ryan Daly, the trainer. Eric Ledford in the bike. Infinite in 1:56 3. And now the third race is official. $2-4 exact, $11 even. The Super 2-4-1-3, $212.40. Race first division of the Pink Bonnet for 2-year-old pacing fillies. Here's the field. 1 is Artist Impression, owned by James Stambaugh of Wauseon, Ohio, with Jeff Fout. Number 2 is Cold Call, owned by Brian Pinsky, R&D Sampson Stables, Eric Ledford. Number 3 is Shake It Babe, owned by Walter Pfister of Georgetown, Kentucky, with Kevin Sizer. Number 4 is James Shunk's Heavenly Hudson and Brett Miller. Number 5, Pennything Goes, is owned by Peter Pan Stables Incorporated of Pepper Pike, Ohio, with Duke Sugg. And the 6 is Queen Starlet, owned by Dean Davis of Worcester with Kurt Sugg. That's your field, 5 minutes until post time. Starting gate is rolling for tonight's 4th race. Field of 6 freshman filly pacers lining up in the backstretch for tonight's first division of the Pink Bonnet. They're off and pacing, and Artist Impression is out fast on the inside. Cold Call takes a seat early, with Queen Starlet driving up from 3rd. Heavenly Hudson away 4th. Shake It Babe is 5th, and Pennything Goes is the early trailer as they round the turn on their way to the opening quarter. And from the outside, Queen Starlet and Kurt Sugg grab command. It's Queen Starlet on top by 2 lengths. Artist Impression is second by 2. Cold Call is third. with Heavenly Hudson, Shake It Babe, and Pennything Goes single file to the quarter in 28 1/5. Passing the stands for the first time, it is your 6-5 favorite, Queen Starlet, showing the way. Queen Starlet from Artist Impression. Cold Call is third. Heavenly Hudson took a bad step there, as did Shake It Babe. On the outside, Pennything Goes moves up, and Heavenly Hudson is back pacing into the 4-hole. Still single file around the turn of the half-mile pole with Queen Starlet showing the way. Queen Starlet, Artist Impression is second. Next up, it's Cold Call racing in third. Another length and a half back. Heavenly Hudson is pacing pretty well now after that miscue and is first up and rolling from fourth. 2.5 back to Pennything Goes, and 2 more to Shake It Babe, half in a minute and 2/5. Very leisurely 32 1, and off stride again was Heavenly Hudson. Heavenly Hudson making a strong bid for the lead, made a break, and Queen Starlet continues to front the field. Queen Starlet, Artist Impression is second. Now here comes Cold Call and Ledford. They're going to take a shot at the leader. Second over is Pennything Goes, who gets underway. Gap of 5 to Shake It Babe, and Heavenly Hudson is now done. 3/4, 1:29 4. Moving around to the top of the stretch, and Queen Starlet begins to kick clear. It's Queen Starlet by 2 lengths. Cold Call is second. Pennything Goes is third. Artist Impression could not go on as they make their way into the stretch. This one is Queen Starlet. Queen Starlet, Kurt Sugg gets after her. On the outside, Pennything Goes. Driving up the inside is Cold Call. They're coming after the leader. Inside, Cold Call. Outside, Pennything Goes. Pennything Goes takes the first division of the Pink Bonnet. Second was Cold Call, with Queen Starlet third in 1:58. First lifetime attempt was a winning one for Pennything Goes, a 2-year-old black filly by Broadway Jate from Pandango by Albert Albert. By the Peter Pan Stables Incorporated of Pepper Pike, Ohio. Winning trainer is Ivan Sugg. The winning driver is Duke Sugg. Pennything Goes the mile up in 1:58 flat. Prices are up, 5-2 exact to $30.80. And the try, 526.50, 660. Helping to make the presentation of the winner's circle, President and General Manager Robert Steele and Director of Racing Jim Ewart. Rundown for the fourth, Artist Impression fourth, Cold Call second, Shake It Babe fifth, Heavenly Hudson was sixth, Pennything Goes the winner, and Queen Starlet third. Here are the pacers for the fifth race. The one is Go Sherl Go, owned by Shirley and Arthur Levin with Eric Ledford. Number 2 is Sunny Sally, owned by Roberts, Porter, and Murray with Jack Daly. The 3 horse is Noble Inns, owned by David Warnstaff with Kevin Sizer. Number 4, scoring ahead, is Soppin' Wet, owned by Richard and Joyce McClellan with Dave Hawk. Number 5 is Maple View Oprah, owned by Constance Messler with Jim Daly. The 6 horse is Likewise I'm Sure, owned by Tim McCoy with Darren Mauser. Number 7 is GW Lady Dragon, owned by Grace Lofton with Roger Cullifer. The 8 is Towner's Brandy. Denise Tharp's the owner. Randy Tharps is in the bike. And 9 is Damar's Jessica, owned by Perrin and Rom. Jody Essig is the driver. That's your field with 6 minutes. Fillies and mares straighten away in the backstretch, and there they go. They're off and pacing. Sunny Sally is out fast. The lead from between horses is Sop and Wet with Maple View Oprah from alongside. Around the far turn the first time, and Sop and Wet grabs the lead. Maple View Oprah is driving up from second. Sunny Sally back to third. Length and a half, likewise, I'm sure, is fourth. Then it's a gap of 2 lengths back to Go Cheryl Go. Another 2 more to Noble Linz, 2.5 back to GW Lady Dragon, followed by Towner's Brandy and Damar's Jessica as they pass the opening quarter, and they're there in 28 1/5. Passing the stands for the first time, it is Maple View Oprah. Jim Daly hustled that one to the top. They open up by 2 lengths. Sop and Wet is second. Sunny Sally third. Likewise, I'm sure, fourth. There goes Eric Ledford and Go Cheryl Go flying up from fifth. Noble Linz is picking up that live cover. Damar's Jessica is underway, followed to the inside by GW Lady Dragon and Towner's Brandy. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, 3-2 shot. Maple View Oprah has command. It's Maple View Oprah by a length. Here's Go Cheryl Go up on the outside to challenge with Sop and Wet in the pocket. 58-2, 30-1 on the second split for Maple View Oprah, who leads the way down the backstretch. Maple View Oprah by a length. Go Cheryl Go slowly inching up on the outside second. Sop and Wet gapping a bit at the pocket third. 3/8 remaining. Second over trip for Noble Linz, who is also gapping the cover the outside fourth. Sunny Sally is fifth. Damar's Jessica has pace, may have to go 3 wide with 4 lengths to make up. Likewise, I'm sure, is next, followed by Towner's Brandy, and GW Lady Dragon is last on the outside. 3/4 up in 1:27 as they drive to the top of the stretch. It's Maple View Oprah on top. Maple View Oprah, Go Cheryl Go, the outside. Sop and Wet cannot keep up. Sunny Sally tips out with 5 to go as they make their way into the stretch. It's Maple View Oprah showing the way. Maple View Oprah, Go Cheryl Go is closing on the outside with Sop and Wet, and likewise, I'm sure. Maple View Oprah trying to hold on. Here's Go Cheryl Go on the outside. Go Cheryl Go, Maple View Oprah, and the 4, Sop and Wet. Go Cheryl Go, another Illinois Invaders back in the winner's circle, 5-year-old daughter of Albatross. From Brightside by Keystone Ore, owned by Shirley and Arthur Levin with Barrington, Illinois. Ryan Daly, the trainer. Eric Ledford in the bike. Second win in 5 starts, 1:56 for the mile. Pacers straight away in the backstretch for the start of tonight's 6th race at Scioto Downs. And there they go. They're off and pacing. Chairman's Taylor is out fast for the lead with Face the Facts from alongside, and Duras Sarah down towards the inside. As they race around the far turn the first time, Face the Facts grabs the lead. Chairman's Taylor second. Taryn My Love driving up from third. Duras Sarah is fourth by 5 lengths. Then it's She's a Farm Girl, gap at 2 Aramis Delaware. Next up it's Mary Demando, followed by Sage Sabra. As they move to the top of the stretch for the first time, inside Face the Facts, being overtaken on the outside by Taryn My Love. Taryn My Love to the quarter in 27 2/5. Taryn My Love takes over, quickly being joined on the outside by Duras Sarah. Those two are on even terms, and now Duras Sarah goes on with it. Angles over, grabs the lead, opens up by 2 with 5/8 to go. Taryn My Love is second, outside Chairman's Taylor, hustled up from third. Face the Facts quickly back to fourth. She's a Farm Girl underway from fifth, gap at 3 back to Aramis Delaware, and unhurried 6, Mary Demando and Sage Sabra. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, another change up top. This time it's Chairman's Taylor taking over. Chairman's Taylor grabs the lead from Duras Sarah in 56 1. Heading up the backside, it's Chairman's Taylor. Duras Sarah second. She's a Farm Girl. First up from third. Taryn My Love, third back at the rail. Second over trip for Aramis Delaware, who has 3 to make up. Down towards the inside is Face the Facts, who's been relegated to 6th. Alongside is Mary Demando with Sage Sabra. They're at the 3/4, and 3/4 are up in 1:26 1, moving to the top of the stretch. It's Chairman's Taylor with the lead of a half length. She's a Farm Girl between horses second. There goes Aramis Delaware, David Myers. They're up 3 wide with a ton of pace from third. Duras Sarah looks at the passing lane fourth as they make their way into the stretch, and it's Our Miss Delaware pouring it on. It's her night tonight. Our Miss Delaware, she's a farm girl second. Late close, Face the Facts. They're coming after Our Miss Delaware. Here's Face the Facts, Face the Facts. Our Miss Delaware, she's a farm girl third. 70. Face the Facts with a late closing win here. This is a 5-year-old daughter of Falcon Almahurst from Plain Facts by Direct Scooter, owned by Scott Boer and Conrad Boer of Ohio. James Heath, the trainer, Mike Wilder. Win number 4 on the season with Face the Facts. Shaves a second off her former lifetime mark with this mile in 1:55.4. Run down from the top, Duras Sarah 5th, Pan's Peanut Butter Scratch. She's a farm girl 3rd, Our Miss Delaware 2nd, Chairman's Taylor 7th. Face the Facts, the winner. Taryn My Love 8th, Mary Demando 4th, Sage Saber 6th. 5 Scratch 3, 271, 846. Here they are for the second division of the Pink Bonnet. The one is Albert's Magic, owned by Michael Brown and Lee Schlosser with Dave Hawk. Number 2 is Good Evening Smile, owned by Kroll and Weingen Jr. with Jim McKnight. 3 is Blackwell, owned by Dean Davis and Brenda Sugg with Kurt Sugg. 4, This Is My Life, owned by Sam Noble Jr. with Sam Noble III. Number 5 is Royal Alberta, owned by Robert Dalrymple with David Myers. The 6 is Michelle's Revenge, owned by Jeffrey Snyder with Eric Ledford. And number 7 is Lamora, owned by Ernie Young and Jerry Andrews. Ernie Young is in the bike. 7 minutes to post. Freshman pacing fillies, field of 7 enter the backstretch. Second division of the Pink Bonnet. There they go. They're off and pacing. This Is My Life was out fast there. Lamora's off stride. Albert's Magic comes through at the inside, and Albert's Magic grabs the lead. It's Albert's Magic by a length and a half. Good Evening Smile is second. There's Michelle's Revenge driving up hard from third. This Is My Life. Chip Noble having trouble holding that one. She's to the outside fourth. Then it's a gap of 3 lengths further back to Blackwell, 2.5 back to Royal Alberta, and Lamora's back pacing 10 from the front as they drive to the top of the stretch. And from the outside, it's Michelle's Revenge who takes them there. Michelle's Revenge is on top through a quarter in 27 3/5. Passing the stands. Michelle's Revenge has it by a length. Albert's Magic is second. This Is My Life caught on the outside third. Good Evening Smile fourth by 3. Then it's Blackwell, 2.5 back to Royal Alberta, and Lamora is the trailer. Field is covered by about 10 lengths as they round the turn on their way to the half-mile pole, and 4 to 5 shot. Michelle's Revenge and Eric Ledford, they show the way just over length. Second choice, Albert's Magic, is a tight second in the pocket. This Is My Life caught on the outside third with Good Evening Smile at the inside fourth. 57-2, just 29-4 in the second split as Eric Ledford throttles down Michelle's Revenge's speed. She's still got the lead by 2 lengths. Albert's Magic is second. This Is My Life still hanging tough on the outside third, followed to the inside by Good Evening Smile fourth. Gap of 2 back to Blackwell. Lamora made a bad break again, and Royal Alberta comes through at the inside. 6 lengths cover the top 6 as they make their way into the far turn, and it's Michelle's Revenge now by 2 lengths. 1:28-1. Michelle's Revenge. Albert's Magic is second, followed by Good Evening Smile third. Blackwell is fourth. This Is My Life getting rough gated. She's all done with Royal Alberta as they make their way in the stretch. It's Michelle's Revenge on the inside. Albert's Magic, a patient pocket-sitting trip, and is out for the drive. Michelle's Revenge. Here's Albert's Magic driving alongside, and Albert's Magic goes right on by to win the second division of the Pink Bonnet. Again, Michelle's Revenge was second. Farther back, Good Evening Smile third. Third win in 4 starts on the season for Albert's Magic, who takes the second division of the Pink Bonnet. Albert's Magic is a 2-year-old daughter of Albert from Magic Noir by Bee Gees Bunny, owned by Michael Brown and Lee Schlosser of Ohio, trained by Nelson Ruffton. The winning driver is Dave Hawk. Albert's Magic covered the mile in 1:57 to set the lifetime mark to tie the lifetime mark she set last week in winning a Grand Circuit event here at Scioto Downs. In the winner's circle, helping to make the trophy presentation, the National Sheriff's Association. And here's your rundown for the 7th. Albert's Magic, the winner. Good Evening Smile, 3rd. Blackwell, 4th. This Is My Life, 6th. Royal Alberta, 5th. Michelle's Revenge, 2nd. Lamora was 7th. 8:54. Here they are for the 8th race. Number 1 is Civil Suit, owned by Nina Sams with Chip Noble. 2 is Amazon Sabra, owned by Ward and Wonder with Kevin Sizer. The 3 horse is Myopia's Mop, under lease to Dean Davis with Kurt Sugg. Number 4 is Firethorn Shirley, owned by Charles Stovall with Jack Daly. Number 5 is Everything's Great, owned by the Everything Goes Stable 2 with Eric Ledford. Number 6, Down by the Bay, owned by Sarah Cupp with Roger Cullifer. The 7 is Swinging Rita, owned by Victor Robertson with Jeff Fott. Number 8, Western Whisper, owned by Robert and Vicki Olson with Dave Hawk. And the 9 is Racy Tudor, owned by Jones and Hunwick Farms Incorporated, and Brad Hanners is in the bike. And that's your field with 6 minutes to post. They're at the starting gate, and the gate is rolling for tonight's 8th race. They're in the backstretch. There they go. And they're off. The insiders are away well. Civil Suit alongside his Firethorn Shirley. But there goes Everything's Great from the center. And Everything's Great goes out, takes command, opens up by 2. Civil Suit is 2nd. Firethorn Shirley alongside 3rd. Amazon Sabra through at the inside is 4th. Alongside is Western Whisper 5th. Back to the inside is Myopia's Mop. Gap of 4 lengths back to Down by the Bay. 2.5 to Swinging Rita and Racy Tudor. They're by the opening quarter very fast. 26-3. Passing the stands for the first time, showing the way, it's Everything's Great. Everything's Great has it by 2 lengths. Firethorn Shirley ranging up on the outside 2nd. Civil Suit just gapping a bit at the rail in 3rd. 2.5 back to Amazon Sabra 4th. Then it's 3 back to Myopia's Mop. 2 more to Western Whisper. Alongside is Down by the Bay, followed by Swinging Rita and Racy Tudor. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, it's Everything's Great showing the way. Everything's Great has it by 2 lengths in 54-3. Oh my. Everything's Great with the lead a length and a half. Civil Suit just tracking the leader in 2nd. The outside, Firethorn Shirley starting to show signs of wear and tear. She's backing off 3rd. Back to the inside, Amazon Sabra well off the pace is racing in 4th. 3 wide bid coming from Myopia's Mop. Western Whisper comes through at the inside. 2.5 back to Down by the Bay, Swinging Rita and Racy Tudor. They're at the 3/4 in 1:23 flat, and this is Everything's Great in total command. Everything's Great by 5. Civil Suit getting no closer 2nd. Amazon Sabra shook loose from 3rd. Western Whisper on the far outside with 8 to make up, but they've got a long way to go if they want to catch Everything's Great. It's Everything's Great, pacing strong, has the lead by 7 lengths. Racy Tudor up the inside. Western Whisper splits horses, but it's Everything's Great on top in 1:52-1. Fourth win of the season for Everything's Great with an eye-opening 1:52-1. New lifetime mark set at Scioto Downs tonight. 5-year-old daughter of Arts Place from Everything Goes by No Nukes. Owned by the Everything Goes Stable 2 of North Caldwell, New Jersey. Ryan Daly, the trainer. Eric Ledford grabs another one tonight here at Scioto. Everything's Great, 1:52-1. 5.8 exacta, 86.60. Try 5.86, 987.20. Here they are for race 9. 1, Follow the Money, owned by Joyce and Richard McClellan with Dave Hawk. Number 2 is Fan Amber, owned by Fred Bates and Pete Polk with Jeff Fount. 3 is Beach Twister, under lease to James Ratcliffe with Sean Mayhew. Number 4, Screaming in the Night, is owned by Westgate Motors Incorporated. Kevin Sizer does the driving. 5 is Dreams Lair, owned by Inman, Juka, and Conzier with Brad Hanners. Number 6, Grandma Gordy, is owned by Dean Davis with Kurt Sugg. 7 is Katie's Noble Lady, owned by Wanda Everman with Bucky Trout. And the 8 is Fit for a Queen, owned by Emerald Highlands Farm with Chip Noble. 7 minutes. Field of 8 fillies and mares going postward. Favorite is the 2, Fan Amber, and there they go. And they're off. Fan Amber is out fast to the lead. From the center, there's Dreams Lair driving up. From way out wide is Grandma Gordy as they sort themselves out and race into the far turn the first time. And it's Dreams Lair and Brad Hanners who grab the lead. Fan Amber along the inside is second. Grandma Gordy is third. Follow the Money fourth. Beach Twister is fifth. Katie's Noble Lady takes the seat in sixth. 2.5, Fit for a Queen, and Screaming in the Night as they move to the top of the stretch for the first time. And it is Dreams Lair showing the way. Dreams Lair takes them into an opening quarter in 27 3/5. Dreams Lair on top of the field. Fan Amber a snug second in the pocket. Here's Hawk out of the 4-hole with Follow the Money up after the lead from third. Back to the inside is Grandma Gordy fourth. Gap at 2, Beach Twister. Katie's Noble Lady. Fit for a Queen. Gap at 3, Screaming in the Night. And Follow the Money clears as they make their way into the clubhouse turn. It's Follow the Money opening up by 2 lengths. Dreams Lair is second. Fan Amber third. Gap at 3, Grandma Gordy. Beach Twister's off the cones. Katie's Noble Lady is underway, followed by Fit for a Queen. Far back Screaming in the Night. 56 seconds flat for the half. Heading up the backside, it's Follow the Money. Follow the Money leads a length and a half. Dreams Lair sticking right with the leader in second. Fan Amber stuck at the inside third as Beach Twister overtakes that one on the outside. Second over, Katie's Noble Lady is underway. Back to the inside is Grandma Gordy, followed by Fit for a Queen. Gap at 2 back to Screaming in the Night. 6 lengths cover the field as they make their way to the 3/4. It's Follow the Money on top over Dreams Lair. Follow the Money in 1:25 4. Moving to the top of the stretch, it's Follow the Money by a length and a half. Dreams Lair is second. On the outside, Katie's Noble Lady is third. 3 wide is Fit for a Queen. Fan Amber's trapped down along the cones. They're in the stretch. Follow the Money on the inside. Here is Fit for a Queen driving hard on the outside. Fit for a Queen goes on by. Dreams Lair shakes loose. Follow the Money between them, but it's Fit for a Queen. Fit for a Queen, Dreams Lair in the 6, Grandma Gordy. Perfect move with Fit for a Queen, and Chip Noble gets her home on top for her second win, this time in 1:55. That's good for a new lifetime mark. 3-year-old brown filly by Presidential Ball from Guiding Beam by Brett Hanover, owned by Emerald Highlands Farm in Mount Vernon. Jim Arledge Jr., the trainer. Chip Noble in the bike for this win, and it's official. 8.5 exacta, 131.80. Try 8.56, 992 even. Tenth race pacers are on the track. Here's one, Sassy Sarah Lee, owned by Timothy Lee. Brad Hanners is in the bike. Number 2 is C.L. Halley, owned by Terry Guillon with Dave Hawk. The 3-horse, Clyde's Moment. Sarah Cup, Roger Culliford's in the bike. Number 4 is Waltz Across Texas, under lease to Keith Cash. Keith Cash Jr. is the driver. Number 5, Aquatic Yankee, owned by Barter, Dixon, and Barter with Chip Noble. Number 6 is Steady Dare, owned by Rita Studzinski with Jim Daly. 7 is Rainy Day Viking, owned by Susan and Philip James with Darren Mauser. Number 8 is Quando Me, owned by Towering Oaks Farm with Randy Tharps. And number 9 is Sudden Attack, owned by A-Team Stables, Holzman, and the Ensign Farm in New Jersey, Del S. Miller. 7 minutes until post. They're in the backstretch, and there they go. They're off and pacing. It's C.L. Halley out fast for the lead from the inside. Sassy Sara Lee. Quando May from 4 wide. Aquatic Yankee gets away up close fourth. 2.5 back to Clyde's Moment, followed by Waltz Across Texas. Steady Dare is next, followed by Rainy Day Viking and Sudden Attack. Moving to the top of the stretch for the first time on the inside, C.L. Halley on the outside. Tharps wants the top with Quando May, and Quando May takes over. C.L. Halley, Sassy Sara Lee, and Aquatic Yankee. They're by the quarter in a quick 27 1/5. Passing the stands for the first time, it's Quando May on top. Quando May, C.L. Halley in the pocket second. 2 back, Sassy Sara Lee. 2.5 back to an unhurried Aquatic Yankee. And then it's 2 more to Clyde's Moment, followed by Waltz Across Texas, Steady Dare, 2.5 Rainy Day Viking, and Sudden Attack. They're fairly well spread out. About a dozen lengths cover the field as they round the turn on the way to the half-mile pole. It's Quando May showing the way. Quando May, C.L. Halley. There goes Chip Noble with Aquatic Yankee, first up from third. 56 4, not particularly fast. 29 3 on the second split for Quando May, who has the lead 3 parts of a length. Strong challenge on the outside from Aquatic Yankee in second. C.L. Halley a snug third in the pocket. Second over trip for Clyde's Moment racing in fourth. Back to the inside is Sassy Sara Lee. Outside Waltz Across Texas is gapping the cover. Steady Dare is next with Rainy Day Viking and Sudden Attack. Around the far turn of 3/4, Aquatic Yankee takes over in 125. It's Aquatic Yankee on top. Has it by a length. Here's Clyde's Moment out to challenge in second. 5 farther back. Quando May is all done. C.L. Halley shakes loose on the rail, but has about 6 to make up. Sassy Sara Lee is also off the cones. They're in the stretch. And on the inside, it's Aquatic Yankee. On the outside, Clyde's Moment goes right on by. Aquatic Yankee's trying to battle back, but doesn't have it. Clyde's Moment is edging away. Clyde's Moment, Aquatic Yankee, and Sassy Sara Lee, 153. Clyde's Moment is back in the winner's circle. Third straight win here at Scioto Downs. Answers the call, moving up to the open one, and handles them well. 8th win of the season for the 4-year-old daughter of Bonnie and Clyde from Memorable Moments by On the Road Again. Owned by Sarah Cupp of Williamsburg, Kentucky. Roger Cullen for the trainer-driver. Clyde's Moment in 153. New lifetime mark. 3.5 exact to 48.60. And the triple 3.51 came back 291.60. Here they are for the 11th. 1 Linda Linnell is owned by Charles Blankenship with Jody Essig. 2 Email is owned by Kenneth Spock with Randy Tharps. 3 Look Sinja is owned by Cindy Swagler with Roy Wilson. There's the 4 horse, Cullen Condescent, owned by Robert Petrie with Eric Ledford. Number 5 is Taramina, owned by Jeffrey Dennis with Jeff Fount. 6 Panny, Get Your Gun, owned by Charles Autry with Dave Hawk. Alongside the 7 Ballroom Princess, owned by Joe Pavia Jr. Stable. Held, Young, and Hine with Joe Pavia Jr. The 8 is out. There's the 9 Sugar Valley Angel, owned by Robert Pence with Dale Edwards. That's your field for the 11th race. Post time is in 6 minutes. Straightening away in the backstretch, big favorite, the 2 Email, looking for 2 in a row. They're approaching the start. They're off. Linda Linnell is out fast. Center of the track, Taramina goes for the lead. Between horses is Email up close third. From alongside is Panny, Get Your Gun fourth. Back to the inside is Look Sinja. Gap at 2.5 back to Cullen Condescent. Ballroom Princess alongside, trailing the field Sugar Valley Angel as they move to the top of the stretch for the first time. And Taramina grabs command. Taramina, Email second. Linda Linnell is third, followed by Look Sinja. 2 back, Panny, Get Your Gun, and 27 4. Passing the stands for the first time, it's Jeff Fowd with Taramina. They've got command by a length and a half. Favorite Email is tracking the leader in second. 2 back to Linda Linnell third. Next up, it's Look Sinja fourth. And then it's 2 more to Panny, Get Your Gun. Cullen Condescent is next. Ballroom Princess and Sugar Valley Angel single file around the turn. On their way to the half-mile pole, Taramina shows the way. Taramina fronts the field a length and a half. Email is second. Linda Linnell is third. There goes Hawk with Panty Get Your Gun. Up first over from fourth, and the half goes in 58-3, 30-4 on the second split for Taramina, who leads him down the backstretch. Panty Get Your Gun quickly up in his second. Email's a snug third. Linda Linnell is fourth. Second over Cullen Condescent from fifth. Also into the outer flow is Ballroom Princess with 3/8 remaining. Luxinja is next, and 3 back to a struggling Sugar Valley Angel. They head into the far turn, and Taramina has led every step of the way. Taramina by 2. Email comes through at the inside. Panty Get Your Gun begins to tail off. 127-1, moving to the top of the stretch. It's Taramina. Taramina opens up by 2. Email is second. Linda Linnell is third. Panty Get Your Gun is all done. Far outside Cullen Condescent. They're in the stretch. It's Taramina on top. Gets submerging. Has it 2.5 lengths. Email is just trying to chase the leader down, but can't do it. It's Taramina. Email with a late surge, but Taramina's game. Taramina, Email, and Linda Linnell. $5-2 exact, $18.40. The try 5-2-1, $239.80. Taramina's back in the winner's circle. Her first win in just 2 starts on the season. A 5-year-old daughter of Tough Sir from Tabarine by Tabor Lobel, known by Jeffrey Dennis of Wilmington, Ohio. Jeff Dennis, the trainer. Jeff Found on the bike. This is Taramina in 155-2. We're Chafin with David Myers. 2, Miss Primrose, owned by Hodkinson, Vesco, and Carsey, Chip Noble. The 3 is for Kate's Sake, owned by Johnson Hill Jr. of Centerville with Mike Wilder. Number 4 is Scooter Lane, owned by Grafito and Shield with Leo Grafito. Number 5, At Efficacious, owned by the Fastway Stable with Darren Mauser. Number 6, Perella Hanover, is owned by John Dempster with Dave Hawk. 7 is Dijo Racing's A Lot of Breeze and Joe Pavia Jr. The 8 is Perfect Model, owned by Dan Russo with Jeff Found. Number 9, Boca Bunny, owned by the Goethe Racing Stable, Troy Goethe. And number 10 is AJ's Big Girl, scoring off the second tier. She's owned by Meadowhaven Farm with Randy Tharps in the bike, and that's your field with 6 minutes until post. Lining up and approaching the start for the 12th. They're off and pacing. Miss Primrose is out fast with A Lot of Breeze. Perfect Model from way out wide with Megan Monroe down along the inside. At Epicus gets away racing in 5th, followed by AJ's Big Girl, who comes through at the inside 6th. Next up is Scooter Lane, gap at 2 back to Perella Hanover and Boca Bunny as they drive to the top of the stretch for the first time. And from the outside, Perfect Model and Jeff Fout take over command. A Lot of Breeze back to second. Miss Primrose is third as they pass the opening quarter very fast. 27 seconds flat, passing the stands for the first time. Perfect Model on the inside quickly, being overtaken by A Lot of Breeze, and Pavia takes over the lead. It's A Lot of Breeze opening up by 2. Perfect Model under a tight hold is second. Miss Primrose is third, looking to angle out. Next up, it's Megan Monroe. First up is AJ's Big Girl. Following the cover is For Kate's Sake as they round the turn on the way to the half-mile pole. It's A Lot of Breeze on top of the field. A Lot of Breeze has it now by 2 lengths. Outside, Miss Primrose in a second. Perfect Model is third. Megan Monroe second over fourth in 57-2. Heading up the backside, A Lot of Breeze by 3 parts. Pressure coming from Miss Primrose on the outside. Second, Perfect Model in the pocket third. Second over is Megan Monroe racing in 4th. Back to the inside, Ad Epicus. Third over, AJ's Big Girl. 2 back for Kate's Sake. Followed to the outside by Perella Hanover, Scooter Lane, and Boca Bunny. They're on their way to 3/4. A Lot of Breeze on the inside. Miss Primrose at the leader's flank, 126-3. Moving to the top of the stretch, it's A Lot of Breeze, who appears to have fought off Miss Primrose. Perfect Model just in behind the leader, racing in 3rd. Megan Monroe looks to angle out 3 wide as they make their way into the stretch. This is A Lot of Breeze. It's A Lot of Breeze showing the way by 2 lengths. Here comes Perfect Model on the outside to challenge. 2.5 at Epicus shakes loose, and Perfect Model goes right on by. Perfect Model, the 5 over the 7. Perfect Model gets the job done for the 4th time this season, sent off at odds of 7-1. This is a 5-year-old brown mare by Noble Land Sam from Win Winnie Win by Royce, owned by Dan Russo of Westerville. Mike Epler, the trainer. Jeff Fountain, the bite, 156. Hollywood Park just getting underway. Lots of late night simulcasting. Well past. 2 Johanna is owned by Bob Griffith with Terry Groves. 3 Ellen's Ace is owned by Ellen and Mike Havens with Dave Hawk. The 4 is Constance Messler's Jill's Flight and Jim Daly. Number 5, Pleasant Amy is owned by Brett Schultz with Roger Culliford. 6, Legacy's Terror is owned by Mary Ann Georges with Brad Hanners. 7 is Halcyon's Prelude, owned by Vicky Ladyard with Jody Essig. Number 8 is Nuclear Noel, owned by Robert Pence with Dale Edwards. And the 9, Queen of Tucson, owned by Janice Stryker with Chip Noble. 7 minutes until post. They're out and behind the gate, and there they go. They're off. Johanna is out fast for the lead. From the outside is Jill's Flight. From way out wide is Pleasant Amy with Ellen's Ace off stride. Ellen's Ace is on a break. And they race into the far turn the first time. Jill's Flight grabs command. Pleasant Amy alongside second. 2 back Johanna is third. Followed up by Legacy's Terror 4th. Queen of Tucson found a nice seat there in 5th. 2 back to Ellen's Ace, who recovered well, and then it's 2 more to Halcyon's Prelude, Nuclear Noel, and Mudge's Molly. They move to the top of the stretch, and they're by the opening quarter in 28 1/5. Passing the stands for the first time, it's Jill's Flight showing the way. Jill's Flight and Jim Daly, they've got the lead 2.5 lengths. Pleasant Amy looks over the leader from second. 2 back to Johanna in third. Outside is Queen of Tucson 4th. Legacy's Terror back to 5th. Second over Ellen's Ace is back into it, racing in 6th. Gap at 3 lengths farther back to Halcyon's Prelude, followed by Nuclear Noel. Then 3 more to Mudge's Molly, who's well behind. Around the turn of the half-mile pole, Jill's Flight has the lead. Pleasant Amy is second, outside Queen of Tucson in 58 2. 30 1 on the second split for Jill's Flight, who leads him up the backside. Jill's Flight has a length. Queen of Tucson is moving up on the outside second. Pleasant Amy in the pocket third. Ellen's Ace only 2 off the pace from 4th. Johanna's a locked in 5th. Nuclear Noel is racing third over in 6th, followed to the inside by Legacy's Terror, Halcyon's Prelude, and Mudge's Molly. 7 lengths cover the field, and Jill's Ace continues to control the tempo. It's Jill's Ace on top in 1:27 flat, and as they move to the top of the stretch, Jill's Ace has it by a length. Queen of Tucson still right there on the outside second, with Pleasant Amy in the pocket. Ellen's Ace is 2 farther back as they make their way into the stretch. It's Jill's Ace on top. Jill's Ace by a length and a half. Queen of Tucson driving on the outside. Pleasant Amy closing up the inside. Jill's Ace on top. Pleasant Amy coming at her. Jill's Ace coast to coast. Pleasant Amy and Queen of Tucson. Circle, 5th win of the season for the 5-year-old daughter of flight director. From Rosenant by Silent Majority, owned by Constance Messler. Jim Daly, the trainer driver. Jill's Flight, 155 4. Here they are for the 14th. 1 Barquet Jessica, owned by James Young with Brad Hanners. 2 Satin Towel, owned by Vonderwell and Catalier with Dave Hawk. 3 is Marsha Massey's JJ Ability and Chip Noble. 4 is out. The 5 is Baylanda, under lease to Ryan Holton. Ryan Holton drives. The 6 is out. 7 is Under Hypnosis, owned by Edwards, Hyman, and Barnett. Mike Wilder. Number 8 is Katarina Wick, owned by Klotz and Bassler with Mark Klotz. Number 9 is Tala, owned by Richard Morris with Darren Mauser. And the 10 horse, Major Sister, owned by Shirley and Arthur Levin with Eric Ledford. That's your field 6. Field of 8 pacers with the 2 scratches. Out and behind the starting gate, favorites the 10, Major Sister. There they go. They're off in pacing, and Satin Towel is out fast the lead with Katarina Wick from the outside and Tala from way out wide. Around the far turn they go the first time, and Satin Towel has the lead. Up on the outside, Tala is ranging up from second. Tala takes over. Satin Towel back to second. Katarina Wick is third by 4 lengths. Barkay Jessica is next, followed up by JJ Ability, and then it's Major Sister, another 2 lengths farther back to Baylandon Under Hypnosis. They drive past the opening quarter in 27 2/5, passing the stands for the first time. And from the outside, Satin Towel takes over the lead. Satin Towel has it by a length. Tala back to second. Katarina Wick is third by 2. Barkay Jessica. Here comes Major Sister rolling up on the outside, fourth, third, second, and going up after the lead. Also getting underway there is Baylanda with Under Hypnosis as they round the turn on their way to the half-mile pole. And it is Satin Towel on top of the field. Satin Towel has it by just over a length. Tala is second. On the outside, Major Sister looks a bit stalled there, tries to get it in gear. Halftime is in 57-1. Heading up the backside, Satin Towel has it. Tala is second, and Major Sister is in gear, rolling up on the outside from third with 3/8 remaining. Katarina Wick is pinned to the inside fourth. Second over is Baylanda. Then it's a gap of 2 lengths farther back to Barkay Jessica and a struggling JJ Ability. Far out of it is Under Hypnosis. They're on their way to 3/4, and on the inside, Satin Towel maintains the lead of 3/4 of a length. Major Sister the outside second with Tala in the pocket, 126-2. Moving to the top of the stretch. Satin Towel still has the lead. Satin Towel, Tala's second. Major Sister is dropping back between horses third. On the far outside, that's Baylanda with a late move. And Hawk goes to work on Satin Towel, driving up the inside. Here comes Tala way out wide is Baylanda. But it's Tala from the inside who's going to win it. Tala tight for the place in show between JJ Ability and Major Sister with Baylanda fourth. Second win of the season for Tala, 7-year-old chestnut mare by Tucson Hanover from Cookie Falcon by Falcon Almhurst. Owned and trained by Richard Morris. Darren Mauser picks up the winning drive. Tala in 157, by far a new lifetime mark for the 7-year-old Tala. 9-3 exacta, 149.80. Super 9-3, 10-5, 4,767.60. Late pick 3, 3 of 3, 329.40.